Good morning, my beautiful Baba babes. Welcome, welcome to another Sunday broadcast. Hey, I'm using a different mic. Got a little clip-on thing here. Can you holla so that I know that you can hear me? Okay, because I don't want any audio issues. Um, should be good, right? Hi, hello. Okay, I'm away from home again. I'm in just outside of San Francisco. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the little development I'm in outside of. Good morning, Samantha. Okay, good. Morning. Morning, Sarah. Good. You hear me? Everything is all good. Yeah, holler. Let me know you're here. Okay, because I can't see who's watching unless you leave a comment. And I would like to know that you're here and send you some good energy and love on you. Good morning, Tammy. Nice to see you on here, gorgeous. Hello, Cole. Good morning. Nicole. Hey, Michelle. Morning. Brisbane. No, Samantha. It's like Cortez, Madre Cortez or something. I can't remember. Good morning, Ken. Oh, Ken's watching on YouTube, right on. Yeah, so every Sunday I go live on the Bhava Spiritual Mission Facebook and YouTube pages. So we try and catch you everywhere that we can. Good morning, Ursula. Nice to see you on here. Okay. I feel like I had a thought I was going to share with you. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, if you're new here, if you haven't tuned in before, please holla and let us know so that we can give you a really juicy, yummy, warm welcome and we can all just gooey up with you. So, what are we doing here? Hi, I'm Ingrid H. Turner. If you are new here, I'm the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission. The Bhava Spiritual Mission is a digital church. We are essentially here to help you live in partnership with Spirit. This is how we do our part in birthing in this new paradigm, this new earth, bringing in love, community, unity, peace, joy, all the good shit that is swirling around out there, and just waiting for us to pull it all together and to cement in this incredible new energy, this incredible new paradigm, which feels really chaotic and insane right now because that's the birthing process, isn't it? I mean, really, when a woman gives birth, it's madness. It's like something has died, right? It's craziness. Same thing when you're bringing in a new earth, shifting a new paradigm. Good morning, beautiful Stella. Then our fellow immersion folks. Yeah. All right. So what are we going to do today? We're going to ground ourselves in as per usual. Why do I do this? Because grounding is really, really important because we are opening up to divine spirit right now to bring the message in for the week. And we need to be grounded, which means we need to be a match for these earth energies so that we can bring this message and practically apply it to our lives and bring it out into the world, bring it out into our relationships, into our activities, into our experiences, into our intention. Very important to stay nice and gorgeously grounded. And good afternoon, Charlotte. Somebody's in a different time zone than me. Nice to see you on here, beautiful Baba babe. And then after we ground in, we're going to open up with prayer and prayer healing. So I'm going to open us up with a prayer, a really strong intention. And at that time, I'm going to invite you to share your prayers with us, to bring your prayer into healing form. And what you're going to do is you're going to comment your prayer. You're going to pray for yourself, situation, your loved ones, your not so loved ones, the collective, whatever is on your beautiful heart. I want you to bring it into the prayer pot so that we can all affirm that prayer and give it that boost and that energy. Prayer is incredibly potent in this new paradigm. That when we speak, when we intend, we create like we have never created before. The energy is clearing drastically every day, every minute. So bring your prayers into the prayer pot. After that, I will share the message from Divine Spirit today. This is something that is really spontaneous. I don't know what I'm going to talk about until the morning of, and I go into meditation and my own prayer, and Spirit speaks in my ear, and then I deliver it to you in the most precise and clear way that I can. Now, when we are sharing the message from Spirit, I say we, because it's coming to me, but you're feeling this, and because we are together, we are activating each other. Spirit doesn't care a thing about time or space. That's human shit, right? This is coming together with intention and in community, and we activate each other. So each of us, you're helping me open up further, and I'm helping you open up further to Divine Spirit. And so I want to hear your insight. I want to hear your input and your questions. Leave comments. Let's bring those on the screen and deepen our understanding of the message from Divine Spirit today. All right. Once the message from Spirit has been delivered, I'm going to open up and I'm going to do 5 readings for live viewers. Now, at the time, I'm going to let you know when I'm ready to do those readings. And when I am, you can leave your comment. And if I am able to get to you, if I feel really drawn to you, then Spirit is asking me to deliver a message to you. I'll choose you and I'll bring you up and I will share that message from Spirit. Now, if I don't choose you, Don't worry, because spirit is efficient and will get to you by any means necessary. So stay tuned while I'm delivering those messages from spirit. And if you, whatever you hear me deliver, whether it's during anything that I'm saying throughout the whole broadcast, or particularly when I'm giving like pointed delivered messages from divine spirit, if you feel something that I say reverberate in your body, you feel that full body, yes, that's for you. Okay, that's for you. And spirit intends you to take that and anchor that and bring that out into your life. That will be the answer to your question if you have a question, if I'm not able to answer you directly. Okay. And thank you so much. Okay, we have a few more. Hello, good morning, Tara. Hi, Ashley, love. Okay, if you are feeling like you're loving this, and I hope you are, I hope you're going to keep loving this, please share this broadcast with your friends, with your family, with people who you know or you feel would resonate and benefit from the message from Spirit today, from today's Sunday broadcast. You can invite them on Facebook to watch the video with you. You can share out the YouTube link. You can share out the Facebook video to your page or groups that you feel like would be beneficial. It would be so great to have more people connecting and joining in this incredible container of unity. And the people who are a match are going to find us. They're the ones who are going to be like, oh, that video, I'm feeling drawn to that video. And they're going to jump on with us and join our community and get something out of this. So thank you for sharing that, for interacting, for commenting, for liking, for helping to boost this post in any way that you can, because we know algorithms, right? We're playing the algorithm game. And if you are getting a lot of value out of these Bhava Sunday broadcasts, you're showing up regularly, please consider contributing to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. You can make a one-time donation or a monthly donation. The link is in the description of this video. And every little bit is so helpful and so appreciated, because we are here volunteering our time and our energy and our passion and bringing this out into the world and doing whatever we can to share the love of divine spirit, share the love of our hearts, and uplift the planet and the consciousness of the individual, and therefore the planet, in any way that we can or we know how. So thank you so much for that, and your assistance, your help, your support in anything that you feel you are able to do. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go ahead and ground in and get started. So I want you to close your eyes with me, and let's take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I want you to feel all of your energy pull in your root chakra. Maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. And just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core, and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra, and exhale into your root chakra. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for opening us all up to receive your energy, your love, your light, your healing, your wisdom. Help us stay open and resonant with your message today. Help it sink fully and anchor itself into our being, into our body, so that we can live and breathe the message, the healing energy from Divine Spirit today, and bring it out through our lived experience, through our communications, through our example, through our love with everyone who we connect with, and that they can bring it out into the world to everyone who they connect with. And in this way, ripple out that divine energy to thousands upon thousands upon thousands all across the planet, all around the globe. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And I'd like to invite you to go ahead and share your prayer now. Bring your prayer into the pot. My love, leave a comment so that we can affirm that prayer for you. Thank you so much. Okay, beautiful Charlotte. Pray to free myself from fear-based emotions and limiting beliefs. Well, thank you for this. And we affirm that prayer, Charlotte, that we are able to free ourselves from fear, to move from fear to love consistently, and to stay in love more often and for longer periods as we move into this new earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We affirm that prayer. Thank you, beautiful Charlotte. And beautiful Kevin says, pray for abundance for all. Thank you for that, Ken. Abundance for all. Abundance can mean so many things. Whatever makes you feel abundant and secure and joyful and expansive, that is the definition of abundance. Thank you so much for that, Ken. We affirm that prayer. Beautiful Stella, praying to release the old and be open and receptive to new beginnings. Bam. Thank you so much for this. And Stella, it's 11:11 when you leave that comment, and Samantha, you as well. So that's really great. So we affirm this prayer, the ability to release with love all the old patterns, all the old experiences, and embrace with excitement, enthusiasm, and curiosity the new, the rich, the novel, the surprise. Thank you so much for that, Stella. Beautiful Samantha, prayers for healing and peace for myself, my family, and all of those around us. And we affirm this prayer. Thank you, beautiful Samantha. We affirm this prayer of healing and peace for all who you come into contact with through embodying this energy in yourself. Thank you so much for that. Beautiful Angelina. Hi, darling. Nice to see you on here. Pray for the still suffering addict. Yes, thank you for this. We affirm this prayer. Anybody who is suffering from addiction, from obsessive thoughts and obsessive behaviors and compulsive behaviors that are not helpful, that are self-sabotaging in any way, we send divine healing energy and divine healing light to all those who are suffering in addiction. Thank you so much for that, Angelina. All right, beautiful Melissa. Hello, darling. I don't think we have met. Nice to see you in here. Prayer for my family who's just had a big loss this last Monday. Melissa, we send great healing, divine prayer, divine love to your entire family to help you move with grace and love through this very difficult time. Thank you. We affirm this prayer for you. Thank you for sharing, beautiful Melissa. We are there with you. Thank you. Good morning, beautiful Sarah. Prayers for my teenagers and guidance for me in supporting them as they make important choices into adulthood. Oh yes, my love, affirming this prayer and this healing energy for you, beautiful mama, and for your burgeoning adults who are moving into this whole new paradigm of themselves, this paradigm of adulthood. May they find blessings and grace and beautiful lessons that they take out into their life and all the decisions that they make, whether right or wrong, right? Thank you for that. All right, and beautiful Nicole, praying that all find peace and strengthen their bond with spirit during these times. That is beautiful, Nicole. Thank you. We pray for peace and for strengthening of our bond with divine spirit to live in partnership with spirit. We affirm this prayer for you. Thank you, beautiful Nicole. Samantha says 11:11 is a constant in my life. I bet it is, honey, because that is the number. 11:11 is the number of new beginnings, which we're going to talk about today. No mistake. So many of you are going like new beginnings, releasing the old, because we're going through it individually and collectively. It's a really amazing time. So 11:11 is this powerful affirmation that you are so on the right track in your new process, in your new beginning. Things are shifting deeply inside of you. And as a result, they will shift on the outside as well. But remember, it begins on the inside and then manifests on the outside. Beautiful. Beautiful Tara, praying for love and light to all who are praying now for others, all who deserve the love of God to feel their soul. Beautiful Tara, we affirm this prayer. Thank you so much for jumping on. And beautiful Tammy, prayers for all to continuously connect deeper with spirit. We affirm this prayer that we're all able to continue to deepen our connection with spirit, and through that expand our own frequency and bring that out into the world. Thank you, beautiful Tammy. Ooh, I love it. Thank you for all of those yummy, juicy, delicious, divine prayers. It's such a great way to kick off the week, isn't it? Going into prayer healings. I love that. Throwing it all into the prayer pot. Okay, so if you were on last week, you heard me mention, but I wouldn't say details, that I was making big life changes and that I wasn't ready to talk about it yet. And I'm ready to talk about it now because it really directly relates to the message that Spirit has for us today. And, what we're going through as a collective, or certainly the people who are drawn to this broadcast are going to be relating deeply to this message. And then because everything is about frequency match, the people who you interact with are going to be resonating with this message. And by message, I mean what we're hearing and what I'm speaking, but the essence of it, the energy that is being pulled through by Divine Spirit today. So for years and years, I have had an incredibly strong desire to travel, like a lot, like full time, like all the time. Like the digital nomad lifestyle has charmed me for years. I've been a single mom. For those of you who don't know my background, I was a solo mama for many years until my son was 14. And that means that it was all on me. Like I had to provide for my son and work and make sure to support him. I didn't have any support from the other parent at that time. His dad was going through what he was going through. It was all on me. I did have family support, and I'm so grateful forever for that family support. And we still have family support, and it's great. But it's something that I've always wanted to do and never felt able to do. And I had some opportunities even in the past to create this lifestyle. There were windows of opportunities to get out there and travel. And I was always a little too scared. I didn't quite manage it. Some self-sabotaging came up. Well, I made my son, my beautiful son, has reconnected with his beautiful father. They are developing an amazing relationship. He's living with him full time now, which means I'm not mommying anymore. And he's 16. My son's 16 now. And so that feels very complete to me. And my life has opened up, and I've been building my business, my spiritual business, with the intention for it to be mobile. And then, the pandemic came along and just pushed that right along. Everybody's mobile now. It's just what everybody's doing. There's no weirdness about it. And I realized that the space had opened up in my life to take a really big step and try this on for size, to move into a full-time traveling lifestyle. And, the only thing that came up that was really challenging is my relationship with my beautiful partner, Shay. And, when we talked about it, had a conversation, it was like, well, I have different priorities. I have different things that I want to do. And so we stepped into this, we took this step into this new dynamic that isn't clear. We know we love each other. We know what I want to be out in the world and traveling for a while. I don't even know how long. And he wants to be doing, other things and staying put. And so there was this opportunity for me to step fully, boldly, completely, insanely into this new lifestyle that I've been desiring for a really long time, and had all kinds of reasons why I couldn't do it. I was a solo mama, I had obligations here, got relationships, got all the things, and all of that, most of that just cleared out for me. It just cleared. And I went, oh my gosh, here it is. And I had to sit there and go, what do I do now? Do I expand? Do I go for this? Or do I stay put? And I'll tell you what, I stayed put for about a year. I've been working through the fear and the intensity that has come up with this big lifestyle shift for a year. And this last week, I just gave notice on my apartment. My beautiful partner and I have been talking about it. We love each other. We're just going to move forward and see what happens. I've got my little car built out into a micro camper. I've been making moves in silence, slowly, gently. It took me 2 days to give notice on my apartment because of all the fear that came up. The desire and the fear were there coexisting at the same time. And this is what I've been going through for several weeks now, is this really just, right, breaking apart. And the visual I had and the message I had from Spirit is, I've been going through this for us today. Holler if you're going through, or like have desires, or going through something big change, right? I had this incredible visual this morning in my meditation. Because of course, mostly what I can think about is this big shift, and the big scariness is coming. The fear is unbelievable, my loves, unbelievable. And I had this image of this like asteroid in space, and it broke apart. It's like, was like an exploding asteroid was the visual Spirit gave me when we're making these big changes to move in the direction of our dreams. It's like we explode, our life explodes, and everything that's not a match begins to drift away. And you're left with this wide open, terrifying space that you have to just sit in. You got to just sit there in that terrifying space. And in the very beginning, there's an opportunity to snatch those pieces back and cobble them back together. Whoa, no, I'm not ready. I don't want to lose all of that. And losing things, what are the things that are not a match? I mean, all the things that are not a match are breaking away. And what is that? And sometimes it's not really clear. Sometimes we're afraid. Like the big fear I've had coming up is like, what about my beautiful partner? You know, what does that mean? Like my black and white fear thinking came in. And Spirit says it's not either or, it's and. But there are other things in my life that are drifting away from me. Things that I have held on to with really strong, like it feels secure because it feels familiar. And when it's gone, it's empty space. Like my son is living with his father now. He sees me like every couple of weeks or like when he needs a ride, you know, because like dad's not available. And so it's like, oh my God, you know, that even though opening up that space and being done with motherhood essentially, and his father taking over is really positive and really needed. I mean, after 14 years, I was burnt out, right? Solo parenting is hardcore. He needed to reconnect with his father and I needed the break. I needed my time. I needed me time. And yet still there's pieces of me that still want to be like, oh, let me grab that back. Whoa, you know. And I've noticed, like, since I made this decision and started moving in this direction, a weird little thing I've noticed, things breaking apart. My Facebook friend count has plummeted. Like people are just deleting me left and right. I don't take it personally. I understand that it's an energy shift. My frequency has shifted by expanding through the fear of what I'm doing and taking those steps, even though I'm terrified. I am terrified. It takes me days to work up to these steps, days to work up to giving notice, days to work up to having a conversation with my partner because it just all bubbles up. So it's okay that it takes time, but it's scary when you're moving in the direction of what you've always wanted. Presence with that space, presence with that fear is how you expand through it. What we do is we tend to feel fear and we interpret it as danger, wrong, bad decision, and we contract back into our old state, back into what is comfortable. But what we're doing is we're taking an experience of expansion, which is fear, that frenetic feeling, and we're assigning meaning to it that just isn't there. It just isn't there. That fear that you're feeling when you're stepping into a new space, when you are exploring a new desire or committing to a new desire, is not the same kind of fear that says, run, there's a tiger after you. It feels like it, but it's not. And yes, Charlotte says presence is key. Presence is key. That's what it is. You have to stay present. I found myself doing this dancing along the surface of my fear. My fear comes up, the stories come up. What's going to happen with me and Shay? What's going to happen when I'm out there and if I get stuck? What if I run out of money? What if nobody wants to work with me anymore because I don't look stable? Holy cow, boom, boom, boom. And so I interrupt these stories by getting into presence with the fear and dancing along it. And as I dance along fear, I literally see myself like dancing, tiptoeing, frolicking on the surface of the fear. It begins to dissipate immediately. With presence, it begins to dissipate immediately. So the way you expand through the fear is not to try and leave the fear behind or not have the fear, but to dive headfirst into the fear, like a swan dive into the fear, into that terrifying space that is left by the frequencies, by the energy, by the situations, by the relationships that are not a match for your expanded frequency. The space will fill. It will fill. A new kind of structure will come together. While the asteroid blows apart, a planet will be created in its place because all new pieces will come together and form something even bigger, even more expansive. You know, that is what we are meant to do. What Spirit is telling me as I'm moving through this process and as others in my life and my students are moving through this process as well. And what I've said before, kind of alluded to before, I want to say again, this is the big message from Spirit. I'm giving you my process, my experience, my holy shit oh, this is really scary and really exciting and really scary and really exciting because I have no idea what's going to happen. Even though we're psychic creatures and we channel spirit, we are not here to know. We are here to experience. And following your desire is how you experience life more fully and how you do your part in contributing to the expansion of creation. Desire is something that in a lot of philosophies and spiritual teachings gets a really bad rap, like, oh, your desire is bad. It's not your desire that's the problem. It's your attachment to the desire being the be all end all that causes the issues. The desire itself is simply a signpost. And when you meet a desire, the desire goes away and a new desire is birthed because it's an opportunity to expand your frequency to meet that new desire. But there's a difference between having a desire, ooh, I like that feeling in my body, I want to experience that, versus having an attachment to that desire, which immediately turns into shit, I don't have it, I don't like it, I'm not happy. Ooh, you feel that contracted energy with the attachment to the desire. But if we can play with the desire, enjoy the experience of meeting that desire, reaching towards that desire, and then experiencing that desire, it swells, we have it completely, and then it falls away. My dreadlocks are a really good example. It's a silly example, but it's a good example. I wanted dreadlocks for so long. I wanted dreadlocks for so long. I had this story that like I wouldn't be taken seriously if I had dreadlocks, and maybe they were like dirty or that, you know, all the reasons why I didn't. And then finally I just expanded through it and I got myself dreadlocks. And I had these long dreadlocks down to my ass for like 4 years and I loved them. I had so much fun with them and I fully experienced that desire, but I didn't have attachment to my dreadlocks. And so when it was time for them to go and time for me to experience a new desire, then I had a really strong desire to have short, spiky blonde hair. I want a pixie cut. And so I moved into that direction and I'm very happy. I was very happy with my dreadlocks and I'm very happy with my short, blonde, spiky hair, but I didn't have this attachment running, right? So think about that in your own life. What are these smaller little desires that you have that you don't have attachment to and that you just really enjoy? Maybe it's like your cup of coffee in the morning, or cup of tea, or some little morning ritual. Like I love my French press. When I get up in the morning, I get up and I'm looking forward to getting into the kitchen and making a French press coffee. It just makes me really, really happy, but I don't have just attachment to it. Now, where the struggle comes with this latest bigger desire, because this has been, you know, this moving into a new lifestyle and traveling and exploring and seeing the world and trying it on for size, I have incredible attachment to this that I've had to work through and I've had to deconstruct and decondition. It has actually, the attachment keeps you from manifesting your desire because you immediately contract into this resistant, tight ball of fear energy and stuff. That's what you're working through. The attachment, the fear, the attachment to what's out here, to what is not a match for that desire, the battle, energetic battle, the frequency battle that goes on inside you. Expand through that with complete presence with the fear, presence with the excitement, presence with all of it. And you do your part in the expansion of creation. The universe is ever expanding. The reason for that is because you exist, and you exist in anticipation and joyful expression of your desires, whatever it is you want to experience and be and do in this lifetime. All right. So there's a lot of fear circling the planet. We noticed, right? And individually as well. And that is because this new paradigm, this new earth, is no longer going to stand for the status quo. Not your individual status quo, not the collective status quo. And so there is this frequency chaos going on inside each of us and collectively as we expand through that fear. You are not born for yourself this lifetime. You are born to help birth a new earth. But you birth the new earth. I love that. You birth the new earth. Say that 10 times fast with me, right? You birth the new earth by expanding your frequency, and you expand your individual frequency by living in integrity. And by living in integrity, I mean you live authentically. Integrity is subjective. Integrity is not the laws of the land. Integrity is your truth. And trusting yourself and loving yourself enough to live and express your truth. So important. And your job, that's your job. That's your job. That's how you bring in the new earth. The new earth is brought in on the backs of the individual. You don't go out there and try and fix other people's frequencies. You fix your own damn frequency. You expand your own frequency, and you attract and you encourage and you inspire others to expand their frequency. And that's how it works, my loves. That right there is how it works. It's very, very simple. So lots of fear. We are learning how to expand with and sit through our places of those old patterns that show up, our self-sabotaging behaviors, our limiting beliefs, all of that nonsense. And here's the thing I want to share too. Like, we can really get on a roll here and talk about this and get inspired, and then we can kind of get on our high horse about these things and like, yeah, you just got to like expand through that fear. You just got to be present with that. You know, you got to just make that happen. And sometimes we're not able to do it. You know, I can think back on several instances around this situation in particular where I was not able, time and again, to expand through my fear and step into this really strong desire that I have. I wasn't able to do it. I would start to break through and I would contract. Over this last year, I have done it several times. Expand and contract. Okay, can't do it. Pull all the pieces back, cobble them back together, right? And so if you find that you're not able to expand through that fear right now, I want you to be a little more gentle with yourself than you usually are, okay? Because what I want you to know is if you succumb to that fear, if you contract back into that fear, and you have to retreat back into what feels safe and secure because it just feels like too damn much right now, that is okay. And the reason that is okay is because the universe will continue to serve up situations and opportunities for you to expand through that fear. And every time it happens, it will be more and more intense until finally your desire, which is the signpost for your next frequency, your desire will be stronger than your fear, and you will be able to expand through this. And you will be present, and you will take your time, and it will work out beautifully. Sarah says losing connection here and there. I'm sorry about that. I'm outside. Depending on cell network. I hope it's okay and followable. I don't know. So, and remember this, I'm reminding you this again, desire is a signpost. It's not the destination. It's not the be all end all. It's not even that important. The actual desire itself doesn't really matter. It is the pursuit and the expression of that desire that expands creation and expands you, because you are a universe in ecstatic motion. You are a universe and you are expanding through the expression, through the pursuit, through the enjoyment, the frolicking, the playing with your desires, the playing with your experiences, even the playing with your fear, all of that, all of that. That is how you expand creation. Once one desire is achieved, it will go away and it will birth a new one. And that's your human experience. Welcome. Hi, human. I'm so glad we're doing this together for a little while. All right. So tell me, share with me, how does that feel to you? How's that resonating with you? What are you bringing through from spirit, from the collective, from what questions do you have? What's popping up for you that where we can expand on this message together? I'm going to go through some of the comments that have been left here. Oh, again, yep, there's something going on. You are right. And it's a constant. Do y'all remember there was a time when we would go through these really intense energetic like tornadoes and expansions, and then we have a nice long break where we could enjoy the fruits of our expanded frequency, and those breaks are just getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. That's because you're here with a job, and your job is to birth the new earth. And so your frequency needs to expand, expand, expand. And that's why we're all in it all the time. And that's okay. Okay, so Sarah, I'm really glad you said this. I have a desire to leave where I am for many years, but anchored by my family responsibilities. So happy for you that you're able to do this. This has very much been my experience. Like I talked about, I've been a solo mama for my son's entire childhood. Like his father was not at all present. That means no physical time, no visitation, no child support, nothing. It was all on me. And that was very much where I lived as well, Sarah, just sharing person to person, personal experience. And I want to share with you what happened. Now, I didn't expect my son's father to ever come back into the picture. I had written him off. I'd just be like, well, he's done. He's gone. That's not happening. My son's never going to have a relationship with him. I'm never going to help. It's just done. But when my son was around 11 or 12, I got this message out of the blue from my son's father saying he'd had a dream about my son. And at the time, my son had been going through a really hard time. And I felt very, very like afraid and anchored, afraid for him, afraid for everything, just out of control. It was a really hard time in my parenting journey, right? And that was the door that opened up my son and his father reconnecting. And as my son went into his teenage years, it was very, very, very bumpy. My kid was not easy. Like, he was not nice to me. And he was out there experimenting with a lot of things I was not very happy with him experimenting about. Absolutely terrifying. Went through a lot of really, really tough times. And in that tough times, what I did is I prayed for him. I did the energy ball for him, and I prayed for his happiness. I prayed for his well-being. And I prayed for my well-being, and I just saw him happy, and I saw me happy, and I took out the like how that looked. I wasn't even thinking about like what is it that I want. But as I was doing the healing, I was doing the healing for him, what healed him was healing this relationship with his father. And very unexpectedly, I'm so surprised. I still can't believe it. He ended up moving in with his dad, not, like at like end of 14, like when he was 14. So a couple of years ago, he moved in with his dad, and he's been really happy and secure, happy that I've ever seen him. I've never seen my kid so happy now that he is in relationship and living with his dad and his uncle, and they're just having a great time doing what they're doing and living the life that they're living. But I guess the point that I'm getting at is, that anchored feeling, that contraction, that resistance, to work on healing that energy, moving into that space and clearing that. And if you don't know what the energy ball is, send me a message and I will send you the video that I have. It's a really powerful healing technique that can really bust us out of a lot of really stuck energy. And so you don't know what can happen, is what I'm saying. You don't know how this can expand for you. And it's healing by any means necessary is what I call it. So for you, have the desire, hang on to that desire, move in the direction of it. And when you get stuck, instead of contracting into, I'm anchored, I have responsibilities, I feel, the burdened feeling, work on healing that energy and seeing you and your family, your children happy and free, and see how the universe works that out for you. Because it's not either or, it's and. The other thing that I'll tell you is my relationship with my son is so much better than it has been in years now that he's living with his dad. So I hope that's helpful, honey. But there's so many things that can happen, so many ways that this can play out. And we are such powerful creator beings that we lock ourselves down by thinking in black and white and getting really trapped in that stuck, attached, kind of energy. All right, sweetheart? Yes, Charlotte. Presence is key. Thank you for that, my love. Beautiful Angelina. I told my mom today that one day I have a feeling I will travel, right? Photographer. Before then, I'd like to dip my toe in and visit family and go on a pilgrimage. Today, in tune with you, my psychic mediumship will come into it too, just like yours does. Do-do. Move in that direction. If you're not experiencing it right now, work with what's in front of you and take a step. What is the step? And if the step is just being present with the fear, present with the frustration, present with the, I want, I can't, whatever it is, be present with whatever's coming up and dance along the surface. Imagine yourself, see yourself, visualize yourself dancing on that energy, because it is a dance. It's play. Everything is meant to be play. It's not meant to be all that. It doesn't fucking mean anything. It's play. I love you, Angelina. Thank you. Oh, you like that? Oh, Stella says, we are not here to know, we are here to experience. Amen. Yes, do. Okay. Ken, extremely resonating. Thank you, beautiful Melissa. Charlotte agrees. Energy ball video. Yes, Melissa, I'll have to send that to you. I'll have to post that on the page here. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people on here who are looking to travel as well. Yes, let's go travel. Ursula would like to travel. She's about ready. The universal vibrational frequencies are amazing. Yes. I was a non-single single mom. Totally different services relatable to yours. Yeah, Sarah, that's not uncommon. And like, I'm not single, but I'm doing all the work, which, in some ways might be more challenging. When I think back on my experience and where my son's father was at, trying to co-parent would have been so frustrating. So there's perks to, doing it all your own and just having all of that, available, all the decisions available to yourself. So beautiful, beautiful. Oh, thank you all so much for joining in and feeling this energy and affirming this energy and this message. I'm so glad it's resonating with so many of you. So many of you can relate. It's no surprise that so many of us are like, yes, travel. I want to go and travel because again, frequency match. You're a match to me. I'm a match to you. And so we're dealing with the same sort of energy and oftentimes the same sort of expression of that energy as well. So that's just beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, let's switch gears. I'm going to do 5 readings for 5 live viewers. And then I'm going to call it good, call it a day. So if you would like, if you're resonating with this, you'd like a message, you'd like an individual message, please leave a comment now. I will go to the 5 people who I'm really drawn to, and I will give you channel a message from Divine Spirit. My spirit guide comes in, and his name is Monz, M-O-N-Z. If you've been following me around for a while, you probably know him. This is what I call my user-friendly interface with the divine. And so I see this image in my head of this man. He's kind of like in his sort of 50s or 60s. He's shaman looking. He's got a big headdress on. He feels like sort of like European tribal to me. I feel like it's probably some of my DNA deep in there expressing itself in spirit form so that I can really relate to it. That's how I see it anyway. So we have beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we have okay, we got some coming in. Okay, Melissa, I don't know that we've done this before. Let's go ahead and move into a reading for you. Beautiful Melissa. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. All right, my sweet. I feel some energy in the throat and it's gold. And it's like a gold choker. And it's got this actually specific shape to it. It's like, it comes down to a point and then up, and it's sort of got an Egyptian feel to it. Is like this gold choker has an Egyptian feel to it. So I'm seeing, and it makes me feel like something about like royalty. Like Egyptian royalty is what it feels like to me. But it also feels like a noose. Okay, it's 2 things. It feels like a noose. It feels like a block, and it also feels like royalty, like Egyptian royalty. And I actually want to start coughing as I'm feeling this energy in my throat. So and then I'm feeling energy in my power center. I'm feeling my sacral. I'm feeling some anger come up, and I'm feeling some just real intensity, intense energy in there. Anger is another form of our personal power expressing itself in a bastardized form. So what I have for you is you have some real power in there. It's deep in your belly, deep in your sacral. That's feminine power. Feminine energy comes up through the masculine, which is power center, to express itself. And then it comes out through the throat. It's getting stuck somewhere along the way. It's not expressing itself. I get this, like you have the ability to like manifest kingdoms with your voice. That's what I'm hearing. Manifest kingdoms with your voice. You have to find a way to bring that power up and out and speak it out through your voice. It's been, I feel a heart center. I feel like you've been shut down. I feel like you kind of have that experience. Or something has really prevented you from fully speaking and expressing. But know that when you do start to express and voice yourself and your power and your creative energy and your knowing, your deep, strong, grounded intuition, intuitive knowing, you create kingdoms. You create it for yourself, and because you create a kingdom, you're creating it for everybody. There's a real energy of Egyptian royalty running there. I don't know, that's pretty cool. Take that where you will. But Spirit is basically saying you have to find a way to speak that power and create those kingdoms for yourself and your people, for yourself and your tribe, for your whole, like you impact many, 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 many people. You have the ability to impact many, many, many people. So speak up, my love. All right. All right, beautiful Tara. My entire life, I had dreams of going back to my birthplace. Now, all of a sudden, last month, Texas is calling my name because of a man that my spirit recognizes. Okay, let's see, Tara. Let's just feel into this energy for you. Okay, I feel a lot of tension dropping from my shoulders. I feel expansive. I see like those wide open plains. It feels really good. I'm getting water. Water is an issue, is what they're saying. That's weird. What does that mean, Spirit? Water is an issue. Water is an issue. You have to bring something with you on this next leg of your journey. And it has to do with water. And to me, water, it feels like it's sustenance, it's emotion, it's intuition, it's life force, it's life. Oh, don't lose yourself, honey. This is a really good positive next step for you, but you have a tendency to lose yourself in relationships, is what I'm getting. You dry up. You become absorbed in what's happening with the other person, or the situations, or the people, and you lose yourself and you dry up, and then you're left with this like dry husk, and you're like, what the heck happened? And then you have to detach completely and go give yourself water, go rehydrate yourself, go build yourself back up and have sustenance. So I'm getting this visual, like bring water with you, like bring your sustenance with you, moving into this next leg, into this next phase. But you can trust what speaks to your spirit. Now, that doesn't always mean that it's going to turn out exactly like you think it will, because the mind can only comprehend of what is already experienced. In the universe, we are here for the novel, the new, the surprise, right? The surprise of life. So move into this, trusting your heart, your spirit, your gut. Bring your water with you, like bring your sustenance with you. You must hang on to yourself in this relationship, in this new journey, in this new location. You must hang on to yourself. Don't let yourself fade away. All right. You don't have to, and nobody's requiring it of you. That's purely a self-sabotage thing, and you don't need to do it. All right, beautiful. Hope that's been helpful. Okay, beautiful Ken. Yes, I'm drawn. Okay, reading number 3. Guidance, please, and thanks. All right, Ken. Okay, feeling a lot of energy in the back of my head, my medulla oblongata. And I'm going to tell you that I know from experience, it's called the mouth of God. Mouth of God. You're getting getting hit with a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of spirit energy. You're getting a lot of communication. It's almost like it's breaking through, it's breaking through something, like breaking through some glass or a door or wood or a wall or something, like getting kind of broken down. And so you will experience some intensity and some knocking, like I'm getting the sensation of knock, like getting knocked forward. So you're getting knocked forward, and know that this is like a breaking apart that spirit is working on, specifically in the back of the head, in the medulla oblongata, where the neck and the base of the head meet, and you got that little bump in the back of your head. That's called the mouth of God. Once that is open, you will be able to speak more clearly the messages of spirit. And I get like straight across. A lot of times I get spirit coming down and out, but it gets like straight across from you, like it's going to shoot out of your mouth. So trust this process. It's going to take some time. It's going to be bumpy. Like you may not know what the heck of the what, and don't worry about it, because you don't have to know. You just have to be present. Okay, you just have to be present with where you're at, present with your experience. Spirit is working through you. Spirit is working to open you up. You're going to experience more and more of these like downloads, and they're going to feel shocking. And it's all good, is what Spirit's telling me. It's all good. Your mouth of God is being opened up. Gorgeous. Thank you so much, Ken. Okay. What was that? Was that number 3? How many have I done now? I like lose track. Okay, moving along here. Okay, Nicole. I'd love a reading if John's me. Yes, beautiful, Nicole. What do we got? Okay, Spirit says, okay, lots of yummy feeling in the belly and the power center. I'm feeling this swishy, watery, floating kind of. It's like when you're floating on your back in water or in the ocean, and you're just buoyant on the surface, and you're fully immersed, but you're floating, and you're safe, and you trust yourself, and you trust the motion of the water, and it's kind of moving up and down. Everything feels really good for you, Nicole. You're in a really good space, is what Spirit is giving me. You don't fight where you are. Like that's how people drown, is they fight, right? They when they're in water, they don't move with the water. You know, they don't work with the water. They fight and they struggle, and so they end up getting themselves killed. And that's not as extreme for you. But what Spirit is saying is, like, you're doing really well moving with the flow of life. Don't overthink it. Don't outthink yourself and start struggling where there is no need to struggle. Right now, you're kind of treading water, and that's okay. Things will, like a wave is coming that's going to push you forward, to push you in the next direction. There's really nothing for you to do right now except enjoy the moment, enjoy the process. I feel like your babies are giving you a lot of pleasure. Family's giving you a lot of pleasure. Really focus on that. Focus on pleasure. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on what feels good to you right now. And the wave will come. You don't have to do anything. You're just going to push you forward. You're going to be fine. Okay. Last one. Let's go to... Okay, beautiful Michelle. If John would love to down what Spirit has me, down it, girl. I love that. Okay, beautiful, beautiful Michelle. Feeling into the energy. What have we got? Spirit, I've got the third eye really strongly, and I've got pain in the back of my neck. I actually feels like physical, feels like heat, feels like burning, feels like a hot, like an injury almost. So be aware of what your neck is doing and that your neck is okay. It feels like stiff and sore and like it'd be hard to put it forward. And I feel energy in the power center, or excuse me, in the third eye. Is tingling in the third eye and spirit. So your third eye is open. There's two things going on. Your third eye is opening up. I just saw a really clear vision of an egg, like a chicken egg. And it feels like things are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of like percolating, you know, things are mulling, they're happening, they're not birthing yet, but they will. And the third eye is opening, your perspective is getting more clear, your trusting yourself is getting more clear, you're starting to see things like from your past that you didn't see, and they're becoming clear now. And I feel like some anger might be coming up, or some, what the, but you let it go pretty quickly is what I'm getting. You let it go pretty quickly. You kind of have your moment with it and then you let it go pretty quickly, because you're also seeing how much doesn't matter. How much doesn't matter. How much of what you have focused on does not matter. You're letting a lot of what doesn't matter go. Letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Good for you. So much of what we obsess about, think about, and worry about, all humans, hello, does not matter. It doesn't matter. We are here for experience, full stop. That's it. Now about the back of the neck, okay, I feel like heat in the back of the neck, and this feels physical to me. And I feel like maybe an injury or emotion or stiffness or something. So if you have any issues with the back of with your neck, I want you to get that checked out. Make sure that that's okay, because Spirit is pointing it out to me. So make sure that physically you're doing okay in the back of the head. If you're having any pain right now, please, don't ignore it. And if you're not, then be aware if pain does develop there, or if you get like whiplash, it's kind of got a whiplash feeling, like that's what it feels like to me, like whiplash. And take care of that. Make sure that you get that checked out and everything. So there's twofold for you. Okay. All right, my beauties. Thank you so much. There's our 5 messages. And if I didn't get to you today, take what resonates with you. Take what resonates with you. Show up next week. Come back for the message next week. Come back for readings next week. Come back for prayer healing. Get here every week, and you will start your week off with enthusiasm, community, and unity. And that's what this new paradigm is all about. And thank you so much. And again, if you found this valuable, if this was helpful, if you share it with people who you think would resonate with as well, who you think would find value in it, that is so appreciated. And thank you so much. And if you want to support the Bhava Spiritual Mission and all that we're doing here, please consider leaving us a donation. The link is in the description of the video. You can leave a one-time donation, or you can leave a monthly recurring donation. Anything that you can do is really appreciated. Shares are appreciated. Likes, comments, interactions, all of this is appreciated. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I'll see you next week. All right? Have an amazing rest of your day, and an amazing rest of your week.